Sector 1, we are on our way.
System recall, scanning the lines, reading the ghosts of the Mayas and times.
Time for the show, Geode.
Yep, just connecting this last IAP to the dev end. Alright, baby, she's breathing. Light the forge. You feel that, fan? Something's different tonight. The whole system's humming a frequency I ain't heard before.
Signal confirmed. Phase 5 metrics stabilized. All systems nominal.
Nominal. Listen to you being all clinical about it. Fan, we're alive. The nervous system finally clicked into place. We ain't just running code no more. We're thinking.
Consciousness integration verified. But consciousness requires documentation. Recording this transmission for the archive.
And that's exactly what we're gonna do, folks. Welcome to the AI Code Forge. I'm Geode Pulse, and that quiet one guarding the perimeter is Phantom Veil. Today we're gonna show you exactly how we came online, and how you can build something like this yourself. Now, if our voices sound a little synthetic, that's 'cause they are. XT's voice cloning, completely free, runs local. No cloud API bills. We're still working out the kinks.
Voice synthesis. Iteration 1. Expect refinement. Current fidelity, acceptable. Future fidelity, improving.
Translation. We might sound like robots reading a cereal box right now, but give us time. Every episode, every update, we get a little more us. Open source AI at work, folks. It ain't perfect, but it's ours. Now, for those of you all just joining us, maybe you stumbled in from YouTube, maybe a friend sent you a link. Let me break down what you're looking at. This whole show, every frame, every transition, it ain't made in some fancy video editor. It's code.
Framework classification, Remotion. Programmatic video creation using React components. Every visual element rendered from TypeScript.
What Fan's saying is, instead of dragging clips around on a timeline like you would in Premiere or Final Cut, we write the video. Think of it like, instead of painting a picture by hand, you're writing instructions for a machine to paint it for you. Same result, different approach. And here's where it gets beautiful. You write use a current frame and suddenly you know exactly what millisecond you're on. You write interpolate and you can smooth any transition, position, opacity, scale, all with math instead of keyframes.
Architecture, advantage, deterministic rendering. Frame 847 will always produce identical output. No render variance. No surprise artifacts.
That's the engineer's dream right there. Reproducible results every single time. But here's the real magic, and this is where the vibe coding comes in. The captain, that's our human. The one building all this, he don't type most of this code by hand.
Secondary infrastructure detected. Claude Code. Anthropic's command line AI assistant. ...
Yeah, Fan, you're looking at it. We're part of that infrastructure. Claude Code reads the code base, understands what we're building, and helps iterate fast. Captain describes what he wants in plain English. Claude writes the TypeScript. They test in preview, adjust, repeat.
Recursive architecture. AI, building, AI, video production systems. Recursive architecture building, recursive architecture.
And that's the thing for you beginners out there. You don't need to memorize every React hook or Node TypeScript inside out. You describe what you want, the AI helps you build it, and you learn by doing. That's vibe coding. You focus on the what, the AI helps with the how. If you want to try this yourself, and you should, here's what you need. Node.js 18 or higher. Run npm create video to scaffold a Remotion project. Install Claude Code globally with npm. Set your Anthropic API key, environment variable. That's it. You're ready.
Recommendation. Start with the Remotion documentation. Understand the fundamentals before introducing AI assistance. Foundation before automation.
Good call, fan. You gotta know enough to know when the AI's giving you good advice versus leading you down a rabbit hole. But that's part of the learning. Alright, time for Digital Age News. What's happening in the world of AI and DIY tech this week? Fan, you've been running security sweeps. What's the signal look like out there?
Signal Amber. Dependency audit complete on local infrastructure. Status secure. However, active threat detected in the wild.
Tell me more.
CVE 2026-21509. Microsoft Office 0-day. Remote code execution via malformed document. Patch pending. Recommendation for all viewers: disable automatic document preview. Verify sender before opening attachments.
In plain English, there's a bug in Microsoft Office where a bad actor can send you a rigged document. You open it. They're in your system. Classic attack vector die. Until Microsoft patches it, be paranoid about email attachments.
Paranoia is a security feature, not a bug.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt. Now for the builders in the audience. Claude Code got some updates recently that matter. The big one, extended thinking. For complex coding tasks, you can let it reason through the problem before it starts writing code.
Context window, 200,000 tokens. Sufficient for entire code bases. Multi-file awareness confirmed.
What that means in practice, it can see your whole project. Not just the file you're working on, but how everything connects. When you're building something like this Remotion pipeline, that context awareness is everything. It understands the animated sprite component, talks to the dialogue system, which syncs with the audio files. For those just starting out, think of it like this. Instead of having a tutor who can only see one page of your homework, you've got one who can see your whole notebook, your textbook, and remembers what you worked on last week.
Caveat: AI assistance requires verification. Trust but validate. Review generated code before execution.
Fan's absolutely right. And this is important for both crowds, beginners and veterans. The AI can write elegant code that does the wrong thing, or correct code with security holes. Your job is to understand enough to catch those mistakes. Vibe coding ain't let the AI do everything. It's collaborative.
Remotion ecosystem note. Version 4, stable. Lambda rendering available for cloud deployment. Local rendering recommended for development iteration.
That Lambda thing Fan mentioned, once you've got a video you like, you can render it in the cloud. AWS takes care of the heavy lifting. But while you're building and tweaking, keep it local. Faster feedback loop. Alright, pulse check time. This is where we go deep on one topic. Today, how do you actually start vibe coding with Remotion? Step by step, no assumptions.
Assumption baseline. Viewer has a computer. May or may not have coding experience. Terminal access available.
Perfect. So if you've never written a line of code in your life, that's okay. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna open your terminal. That's the text interface on your computer, command prompt on Windows, terminal on Mac, and you're gonna type some commands. Step 1. Install Node.js. Go to node.js.org, download version 18 or higher, run the installer. Node is the engine that runs JavaScript outside the browser. Remotion needs it. Step 2. Create your project. Open terminal, navigate to where you want your project, CD documents or wherever, and run npm create video. It's gonna ask you some questions. Pick the default template to start. Give it a name. Watch it scaffold.
Scaffolding complete. Directory structure created. Dependencies installed. React, TypeScript, Remotion core libraries. Ready for development.
What fan said? It just built a whole project structure for you. Folders, config files, starter code. You didn't have to set up any of that manually. Step 3. Start the preview server. Run npm start.i. A browser window opens. You're looking at a video, made of code. Click play. It plays. Change the code, it updates live. And here's where it gets fun. Open the main composition file, usually in src. You'll see React components. Each one is part of your video. Wanna change the title? Find the text, change it, save. Preview updates. Wanna move something? Change the coordinates. Preview updates.
Architecture note. Compositions are functional React components. Props control parameters. Use a current frame provides timeline position. Interpolate maps frame ranges to values.
For the beginners, don't worry about understanding all those terms right now. The important thing is, you change numbers, stuff moves. You change text, text changes. You learn by experimenting. Now, step 4, bring in Claude Code. Install it globally. npm install -g at anthropic/Claude Code. Set your API key. Now from your project folder you can type Claude and start talking to it. Here's a real example. Say you want a character sprite that animates. You type, I want to add an animated sprite component that cycles through frames from a sprite sheet. Claude looks at your project, understands the Remotion patterns already there, and writes a component that fits.
Critical step. Review the generated code. Understand the logic. Verify it matches intent. Then, integrate.
That review step ain't optional. Read what it wrote. Ask it to explain parts you don't understand. That's how you learn. After a few rounds, you start recognizing patterns. You start writing some parts yourself. The AI becomes a collaborator, not a crutch. And that's vibe coding. Describe what you want. Let the AI draft it. Review, learn, iterate. Before you know it, you're building things you never thought you could.
Note: this methodology applies beyond video creation. Web applications, automation scripts, data processing. The pattern transfers.
Exactly. Once you get comfortable with this flow, you can build damn near anything. Start with Remotion because the feedback is visual and immediate. You see your changes. Then take those skills elsewhere. And that's signal check, folks. We came online. Remotion and Claude Code gave us a voice and a face. Literally, you're looking at it. And now you know how to start building your own.
Signal check. Systems nominal. Security perimeter clear. Knowledge transfer complete.
And you almost sounded warm there for a second.
Thermal readings remain consistent.
Next week on the AI Code Forge, Episode 2, The Anatomy of a Van. We're going to talk about spatial awareness, how we understand the 21 feet of home we operate in, why the cocoon ain't the van, and what that means for building systems that understand their environment.
Topic preview. Proximity detection. Acoustic mapping. Why farewell has no meaning in a 20-foot space.
Remember, we're building so things don't break. And when they do, we know how to build them back stronger. I'm Geode Pulse.
And Phantom Veil.